What's up, PMP? PokeAim here, and today I got a fun little monotype match I had versus my boy Nick. We were on Eric's stream, and I was just like, Nick, battle me monotype for serious, and he's like, okay. So he's using a mono fighting team with a wild card. I'm using a mono fire team without a wild card because I didn't know we were allowed to bring another Pokemon. But in any case, I'm leading off my Bandit Infernape. He's gonna lead off with his Gallade. I'm just gonna go for the U-turn, and right here I was kind of expecting him to go for the Cycle Cut because I do have a Chandelure which could come in and absorb his predicted close combat. So I went into my Heatran, kind of risky. It kind of sucks because he Thunder Waved me and I was Scarf, so I don't want to stay in and take close combat. Gonna double switch out into my Chandelure, predicting that close combat, as he actually flat out switches out into his Man-Bear Pig right there. So I'm gonna substitute up, figuring he can't touch me because his dual stab I am immune to, and I didn't think he would carry the Earthquake, but he does carry the Earthquake. And right here I'm gonna substitute again because I do have a Rotom Heat on my team which I could easily go into, so I thought he would be predicting me to go into that. So I just wanted to end up with a sub on the switch, but no, he's gonna stay in, Earthquake me, predicting me to go for the substitute again. So I'm gonna switch out, go into my Rotom, thinking this thing is locked into the Earthquake, but he actually switches up moves right here, revealing that he isn't choiced. The Wild Charge that he went for does shit to my Rotom, and I was really expecting him to switch since he can't do anything to me, since he does have Wild Charge, Earthquake, and I'm thinking that he has the Flare Blitz, and he reveals to me right here that he has Flame Charge, so he really can't do anything to my Rotom. So I went for the Will-O-Wisp. Unfortunately though, he does stay in, and I'm just going to go for the T-Ball right here, since I know that his Flare Blitzes that he's probably going to be going for aren't going to do that much to my Rotom Heat, and I could just easily 2 KO with the Thunderbolt. Unfortunate for him though, I do get a crit, but at the same time, I just would have left in my Rotom to take the next Flare Blitz and knocked him out with the Thunderbolt, so it didn't really matter in that much, and we weren't really complaining. So now he's going to go on to his Conkeldurr. I know this thing does have Guts, but I want to get some residual damage racking up, so I go for the Will-O-Wisp. I do miss, and he is able to get up a sub, so I know he's that Focus Punch in Conkeldurr, so I can't have him having a sub, so I'm just gonna go for the Thunderbolt right here just to break my sub and pretty much just sacking my Rotom Heat because I don't want anything else to take a Focus Punch from a Conkeldurr with what is that attack? This thing is strong. So yeah, in any case, my Rotom Heat does go down. I'm gonna go out into my Infernape knowing that he can't go for the Focus Punch again because he's not protected, and the best thing he could do to me is probably the Mach Punch, which I knew I could take. So I go for the Banded Close Combat, and I expected it to do way more than this, but it does crap to his Conkeldurr, and I can't stay in right here. I don't want to take another Mach Punch. I was really hoping that he wouldn't go for the payback, predicting my switch into Chandelure, but unfortunately for me, Nick predicted me right here, went for that payback, and he is able to knock out my Chandelure. So that was a really good play on his part, and that really sucks for me because it's pretty much just sacking my Chandelure, which really would have helped me out in this match. So in any case, gonna go back out into my Infernape. I'm thinking I could just go for another close combat right here since I knew I could live Mach Punch, but he actually ends up going out to his Gallade pretty much as death fodder because he wants to get those minus defense drops on my Infernape. That way he can easily go right back out into his Conkeldurr and revenge kill me with the Mach Punch. So I am able to knock out his Gallade with the second close combat. He's going to go on to his Conkeldurr. I don't want to take that Mach Punch. I don't want to lose my Infernape just yet because I thought it would be helpful. Little did I know it sucks, but you'll see later on. So I'm going to go out into my Heatran as death fodder as he goes for the Mach Punch. I do live that, and he's actually at a range of HP where he can go for a substitute. So he's going to try and sub up, hoping for the Parahacks. Thankfully, I don't get the Parahacks, and I am able to break through the paralysis and knock out his sub with the flamethrower. So he's forced to just go for the Mach Punch right here. That's going to be able to knock out my Heatran, and I thought at that range of HP I can go into my Banded Infernape, go for the Mach Punch, knock out his Conkeldurr, and pretty much be set. But as you can see, this Mach Punch barely misses the Oko, and I was really mad about that. I was like, oh my god, on the stream, and Nick was just dying. He was dying of laughter, and he was like, are you jolly or adamant? And I was like, I'm jolly. He's like, that's your problem, bro. Go big or go home. And I was just dying after that, but still, man, that really sucked. I wasn't able to knock out Conkeldurr, so I'm able to knock it out with the second Mach Punch. He's going to go out into his Hitmonchan right here. Gonna go for the Mach Punch on this thing. I know Hitmonchan doesn't have the best defenses. It is kind of respectable, but at the same time, not really. So I thought the Mach Punch would do more. It does shit to his Hitmonchan. And I'm gonna go out into my camera up, knowing I could take the Drain Punch and kind of just trying to go for the Lava Plumes, trying to get some sort of burn hacks on his Hitmonchan. Not always good to root for hacks, but Same time, who really cares? It's a fun match. So I thought I could take another Drain Punch, since his first Drain Punch did exactly half, but he gets a lot more damage on this one, and he is able to knock out my Camerupton. I actually went for Stealth Rocks right here, which really would have been helpful, as you'll see later on. So I go on to my last Pokemon, which is my Darmanitan. I know I could take a Mach Punch, just gonna go for the Flare Blitz to be able to knock him out with this, of course, Flare Blitz. And he has 2 Pokemon left. One of them is a Poliwrath, so I know it's pretty much a good game since I can't knock it out with a Flare Blitz. But on the stream, I was like, crit, 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 go, crit, go. And I actually do end up getting a crit with this Flare Blitz, but unfortunately it doesn't knock him out. It leaves him at a range where Stealth Rocks would have knocked him out if I did get this crit, but thankfully he did go for the substitute, so I'm like, okay, we could tie if I knock out his Poliwrath. But no, Nick does not want me to get the satisfaction of tying with him, so he's going to go out to his Cobalion, his second to last Pokemon. He's going to go down to the Flare Blitz. At the same time, I'm going to go down to that Recoil. So yeah, good game, Nick. Comment, like, subscribe, guys. Definitely check him out. He's awesome, and he's funny. And yeah, just a fun match for me. Until next time, guys, later, PMP.